Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends. I'd made sure everything was right apart from one thing. I wasn't on the screen. Anyway, here we go. We are live. The final match day ticket of the season for the senior team. You'd have thought I'd be fairly decent at this by now, making sure I was on the screen, but alas, no, I'm not. This is in association with Suffolk Mind. It is the virtual takeover. We've got CEO John Neal on the show with us today to tell us what that is, what's happening, etc. But first of all, let's get some wonderful comments on the screen. We've got Mark Jubb, morning all. Final 9 minutes of the season to endure, followed by the bloodbath on Monday and the rebuild therefore after. Crunches in his tractor. Good work. Simon Wall, welcome in. I hope you and Nikki are doing well this morning. Jem, good morning from North Wales. How is North Wales this morning? I hope it's looking rather wonderful. Anthony Steele, loving the shape of you. He's a big Ed Sheeran fan, I hear, is Anthony Steele. That's what I've heard on Twitter. Anyway, is that right, Anne? Is that right? Mark Rattle, welcome in. So you all here, love it. We've got the team news on the bottom. End of an era, some are calling it. First of all, let's bring in our wonderful guest. First of all, John from Suffolk Mind. Welcome in, John. How you doing?
Not bad, thank you, Martin. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to today's game. It is, of course, a Suffolk Mind virtual takeover game. Just explain to us all what that is, what it means.
Yeah, so during normal times, if we were allowed to be in the ground and all the fans were there, then we'd be there with buckets and with leaflets probably, and talking to people and collecting money and all that kind of stuff. But obviously we can't do that. So we've decided to do a virtual match day takeover. So what's happening is right now the team are warming up and they're wearing these special limited edition T-shirts that we've created. Hopefully some of them at least are going to sign theirs after the match. And anybody who donates to Suffolk Mind on a special giving page their name will be put into a hat and they can win one of those special limited edition signed T-shirts as well. So then there's some stuff in the program, the virtual program. There's also there's a video that some of the team have recorded talking about mental health, and it's all part of. We've been working with the team for about 3 years now with the club, and hopefully we'll continue to work into the future as well with them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And I've just dropped the link in all three chats: Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So, yeah, as John says, get on there, get giving, get donating, and get yourself a chance to win these wonderful shirts. And they are wonderful. I am thoroughly enjoying my shirt this morning. It's large and it fits. I'm like, yes, happy days.
Do you know, I had exactly the same thought. When it arrived, I thought, it's a large, not an extra large. That could be a bit of a shame. So I don't dare wash it now because then it will shrink. And I don't have quite the athletic body that Flynn Downs has. So it's not going to look as good on me as it would on one of the team.
Likewise, when Lizzie, one of your colleagues, arrived Friday with the shirts, so she said there was a couple of large in there. I thought my first thought was, we'll make it work. And I put it on this morning. I was thoroughly delighted. But yeah, it's great. It's a great initiative, great partnership, and we're really pleased to be a part of it and have you on the show. You've been obviously keeping tracks of the squad and the team throughout the year. You put a couple of requests in for a particular player to sign it, didn't you? Is there a reason?
Well, yeah, so I also follow Tottenham and Troy Parrott. I was very excited when Troy Parrott came here on loan because I know that he didn't do particularly well at Millwall, but in the Spurs youth team, he was being really good, and there was a lot of excitement among the fans at Tottenham about him. So I thought that League One, he would just be scoring goals every week and really making his mark. It hasn't quite happened like that, although his work rate is pretty good. But I reckon he's still a bright prospect for the future. When you think back to someone like Harry Kane, when he was at his age, he was out on loan, funnily enough, at Millwall as well. And he wasn't brilliant. He was good. He had a good work rate again. And it takes a few years sometimes for a player to really develop into a true world-class player. So I just reckon one day we'll be seeing Troy Parrott playing for Republic of Ireland up front, everybody vying for his autograph. So I've put in a special request for his signed shirt if he does sign one. I've also donated to my own charity in order to get my hat my name into the hat.
Don't worry, we all do that. Don't worry. Yeah. Ashley Bell, Mind helped me a lot when I was having a hard time a few years ago. Truly fantastic cause. Jim, thank you to this channel and all the chat. It's been a godsend to stay connected to the club and listen to your all opinions. Thanks so much, guys. And Rich, great show, Rich. I'd like to thank the Guv for everything. I'm proud again. Absolutely right. And Facebook user loves the logo on the shirt. Yeah, I did. My first thoughts were, wow, that's a lovely logo on that shirt.
It's pretty good, isn't it? It's actually the logo has been slightly changed. It's renewed, so it's a little. The squiggle is a little bit simpler than it used to be. But the other person making that comment about staying connected, that's been so important over the last year. When you think about the role that football plays in our lives as fans, you get goosebumps just watching your little clip, your video when you before we start today. Remembering driving into town or getting a bus into town and getting a dodgy sausage roll on the way in, and walking up and seeing the pitch. And we've all missed that over the last year. We've missed sitting with the people that we normally sit with, and feeling connected to the team and the crowd. It's so important to try and get some of that back. And over the last year, things like what you do, keeping us all connected, has been really important from a mental health point of view.
Thank you. But on the dodgy hot dog, I have to just give you your first. Views are their own and not off the network manner. Sorry, I had to. Right. We do have 2 iFollow codes to give away as well. First of all, we have one question for the first iFollow code. Luke Chambers could be end of an era today, being his last game for the side. That's not breaking news, not inside info. That's just my opinion. But can you tell me who his first goal was against for Town? So it was on the 1st of September. Who did Luke Chambers grab his first goal for? That's the first iFollow code. While you will answer that one, we will bring in the man that often brings the avalanche. Matthew Phillips, welcome in, my man. How you doing?
Hi, how you all doing? Hi, John.
Hi, Matt.
Very well. How's your Sunday game?
Yeah, good, thanks. I watched the boxing. I watched Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. I watched
Got
that.
stopped, didn't he?
Broken eye socket. Yeah, so he quit in the corner, unfortunately. He was doing good. He was doing well.
That's got a smart in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah. He didn't look good at the time, John. You can see why he was stopped. But I just want to say what a great job you guys are doing, John, because I think, in the lockdown, I think it's highlighted to a lot of people who probably didn't realise that your mental health and well-being is just as important as your physical well-being. So I think it's great, and we spoke on the show a couple of weeks back that Charlton had a very similar thing, where they were connecting people with the fans that they normally sit with and haven't seen for a year. So I think anything like this is absolutely brilliant. So well done, John, and the team. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we were asked to be a partner with it, we jumped at the chance, as you would imagine. The answer was, of course, Huddersfield. I don't know why. Why does Cruncher do that, Matt? Like, he doesn't need the code, but he's got to be the first one with the right answer. It's like, Crunch, don't give it away, son. Let's make it a little bit hard. David Pascoe.
Crunch.
I know. He's like, send him the code. Crunch, David Pascoe's won the code. Well done. Second code is Cole Skuse. Same reason. He's how many goals in 267 games for Ipswich has Cole Skuse scored? First one with the answer will win the second code. How many goals do you think it is, Matt?
I do know the answer, so I'm not going to say. I nearly actually gave the answer before you gave the question.
Do you have any idea, John? What would you say to Cole Skuse, the powerhouse midfielder, box to box, sideline to sideline?
Yeah. How many games do you say? 200 and what?
67.
267.
I know that for you.
I'm going to say 50, 55, something like that.
Whoa. John, we could only hope. Oh, my days. If he had 55 goals, he'd have a statue. The answer is, of course, 2. And can you guess who got the right answer first?
Yeah, of course. I can see who it is. What's he doing? He's supposed to be working.
I don't know. Ted Newborn. Congratulations, Ted. Can you please go to Twitter and DM me, and I will provide you with the code. Right, we're done. That's it. Both codes given away. Last 2 codes of the season. Matt, this is your first Matchday ticket of this year.
Yeah, I think so.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I brought out my shirt. Look, the shirt that celebrates the greatest team in Ipswich history, worn by the worst team in Ipswich history. Only at Portman Road. But that's all going to change because today's last day of term. The game changer era is kicking in from Monday. It's all
absolutely good. Amy Downs, the queen of all our hearts, has says she's got a free pass for the game today. So I've donated £10 Suffolk Mind. Well done, Amy. You're in the draw for one of these lovely T-shirts, and they are beautiful. And I've dropped the link again in the chat. So, guys and girls, get on that as we bring in our fourth member of the team. And just like Matt, this person here is also making their debut on today's Matchday Ticket. But now he's come back into the side and he's made that position his own, and he's really hit a consistent run of form.
You asking me?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Riley, welcome in. How you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I'm now a single. I'm going to single-handedly campaign for all games to kick off at noon because it's the perfect time for my time zone.
Well, it might be for you, but it's not for us. I'm running around chasing my tail this morning. It's not great at all. I'm going to just change the overlay there because we're losing Matt's head, bless him. But there we go. The team is along the bottom. It's Cornell, Chambers, Wolfenden, McGuinness, Kenlock, Downs, Dazelle, Parrott, Dobra, Edwards, and Norwood. Before I get your reaction there, Matt, Kate, is it Mother's Day where you are today?
It is. So we went for a lovely walk over on the other side of Singapore to see the beautiful skyline and also pose with this bad boy. Thank you ever so much. Big shout out. There you go. Big shout out to Graham, and thank you also, Martin, for sending it all the way to Singapore. Really glad that Post is still coming from home. So thank you, John, as we're in charitable mood. Really great to be in your company tonight, or this afternoon. So great to have you on board, and just congratulations with everything you've achieved, and onwards and upwards, eh?
Thank you, Kate. Yeah, it's been an interesting year for everybody, obviously. But hopefully the year ahead is going to be interesting in different ways, in better ways, especially for town.
Absolutely.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
fingers crossed. And John, did you know Kate is an award-winning journalist? Did you know that?
I had heard something about that, actually. Yeah.
She's an award winner. We've got a best author on the. I mean, you would never hear about it. It's very underneath a lamp type of thing. But he's best author. Matthew, haven't you got a song that you'd like to plug, or anything you'd like to plug?
No, I've never even won a raffle.
You've never even run. Well, get donating to Suffolk Mind, right? Yeah. And then you might win one of these beautiful T-shirts. Kate, I'll donate for you, because please don't enter, because I'm not sending anything else to Singapore. It is lumpy. It is lumpy postage. Good grief. I could have rode it there myself. It'd be cheaper.
Well, I don't think any commercial flights are coming out of London. So somehow it got here. So well done you.
There you go. I'm a man of many contacts. Use them all up in one go. Right, the team today then, Matt. What do you make of that team, first of all?
Well, so Norwood is captured again. Is that official?
Well, Chambers is playing, so I imagine he will be. I just haven't changed.
All right,
it.
I just saw the C on Norwood there, not on where you'd written it out. So
My
okay,
mistake.
so is this so the headline out of this is this Chambers' last hurrah then? Because he's not featured in the other games, is he?
Well, no, he hasn't. No, so first start in 4, I believe.
Yeah,
could even be more.
I think it's strange McGuinness is still playing because he won't be here next season. So is that just there was rumours that was contractual, right? They had to do a certain amount of appearances, otherwise.
Well, rumour has it Arsenal had us by the short and curlies, and yet we had financial penalties involved with not playing him. So they opted to play him.
I get that. I mean, has he done okay? I mean, he certainly looked a baller when he was playing in that. I can't remember what it's called now. Papa John's Trophy. We was all raving about him, weren't we? And then of course, he came into our culture, and he's gone down a rung or two.
Well, yeah, but does that show that maybe someone like Toto, Matt, is on the way out? Because he's not featured at all since the AFC Wimbledon capitulation.
Well, I did say if I'd had a gun to my head and I had to vote for Player of the Year, and I've been Toto's biggest critic since he's signed for us, I would have voted for him because I think in the games he's played, other than when he gave away penalties and over that little sort of 6-week period, it's been very good. And I think he's been a big contributory factor to the fact that we've, kept quite a lot of clean sheets. We've not scored a lot of goals. We've not conceded too many either. And I think he's done well for that. But he has got a history with Paul Cook. I mean, Cook signed him for Accrington, I believe, albeit a long while ago, 10 years ago. But, you know, I just wonder whether or not Cook thinks this is a guy I'm going to keep and I'll give everyone an opportunity to prove themselves. Who knows? We never know what goes behind closed doors.
We don't. Kate, what's you've worked across football, different countries. Luke Chambers has made as many appearances as he's done. If it is today, if it is his last hurrah, what sort of servant as a fan has he been to you for the football club?
Okay, so he's been like the consistent, hasn't he? Or he might not be in his prime, but I always like to see his name appearing. I'll be really sad if today is the last hurrah. And also just how demoralising. There's no one to do the final lap. There's no one to clap him off. Just after spending so much time at a club, it's like, that's how you go out. So that's really sad. I wish him well. Honestly, he did really well in America. So I don't know if he's tapping up our new owners for contacts, but he did really well.
Yeah, he would do not too bad over in America, absolutely. Wolfenden gets another start. Kinloch. I'll first of all bring John in with Troy Parrott. He starts today, second start in succession. Are you looking forward to seeing the Tottenham loanee?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I was quite excited when he joined on loan because he the season before that he'd been ripping up teams in the youth team, the Tottenham youth side, and a lot of Tottenham fans are quite excited about him. When Harry Kane was injured at the end of the season before last, there was lots of people pushing for him to be in the Tottenham first team, but he then went on loan to Liverpool, to Millwall, didn't do brilliantly. So I thought maybe this would be the season when he really shows his potential. But hasn't quite happened. He works hard, but who knows? Maybe today he'll score a hat trick, and the T-shirt that I've requested with his signature on will be worth a fortune.
Yeah. He's a young guy, of course, isn't he? What is he? 19, 20? He's already got Irish caps, hasn't he? So you know the potential's there.
Exactly. He's one. Yeah, we might be looking back in 5 years' time and remembering the day that we talked about him here. And I'll be having his signed shirt as well. And like I say, it'll be worth a fortune. Stick it on eBay, and that's a charity funded for a good year or two, probably.
Absolutely.
Just going back to Chamber now. I mean, I was just sort of thinking,
don't do that.
He's not levels of Butcher and Osman that we had on the show in the week. Okay, we all get that.
Of course not.
But he does embody everything that this community of Talking Town wants. He loves the club. He'd run through a brick wall for this club. He's even housed the youngsters in his own home to give them a start at the club. So for that, I take my hat off to him because I think that's absolutely fantastic. That's got him above and beyond what he needs to do as a club captain, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's been a brilliant ambassador for the club. He's done a lot with us over the last. We've been associated with the club for the last 3 years as a charity, and he's done a lot of things. Signing stuff again and appearing in videos and chatting to the other players. We did a locker room chat with him and a couple of others. I think it was the season before last. Obviously, we haven't done as much over this season because of lockdown and everything. Yeah. But he's just been great. Yeah, it's a real tribute to the club, really.
Yeah, and human nature being what it is, we want him to do all those things and be a peak Gerard Piqué as well. And he just can't do it all, can he?
No. And that locker room chat, we had Jordan on, who's often a contributor. Of course you can.
Yeah, Jordan.
Just about Chambers, it's really refreshing that he's scandal free. There's nothing's blowing up about him. He's trustworthy. He's not baiting fans or any misdemeanors going on, and it's just really refreshing as a fan.
Yeah, some captains are known for baiting fans. Troy Parrott, Matt. Harry Kane is a name he's often compared with, perhaps unfairly, but even Harry Kane only got 5 on loan at Leyton Orient. So
a lot of loan spells, Harry Kane. People forget he was at Norwich.
Yeah.
Orient. Well, Millwall.
Yeah. Orient, Millwall, Norwich, and Leicester. Leicester. Yeah, for a cup of coffee, it seems. 13 games.
He got linked here once, and I remember my mates going, "You don't want him; he's useless."
Would you what if somebody said to you in the summer, if we had someone on the show and say, I don't know, from Forest, and they were linked with Troy Parrott, what would you say about him as a player to them in that respect?
He's clearly got to be played in the right position. Mill didn't play him in the right position, hence he didn't pull up any trees. I think he was playing on the right side of midfield or something, like a right flank role. I would say I think his best role was when he played that almost like a number 10. So he was that first striker and trying to lay the ball through to Jackson. I can't remember what game it was in, but we were kind of thinking, oh, Jackson and Parrott's a good little combination. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's growing, he's learning, but he hasn't become an Irish international by accident. People's obviously all been compared to Harry Kane by accident, and he's training with those players when he's at Spurs day in, day out. So I hope he goes on and does well. He took a risk to come here into League One. Fair play to him. He's done his best for us. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with that. Up front again is James Norwood. No Caden Jackson. Kate, is it fair to say maybe Caden's time at the football club is up?
Oh, it's up for all of them. Out, go, bye.
I love it. That's short, sharp, and sweet.
No, it's because the crunch is not on tonight, so someone's got to stick them in the bin. So
yeah.
I've got big shoes to fill tonight.
Oh, don't make his head even bigger than what it is.
I just wonder, Martin, whether or not when we done the show with Dara, and he was really keen to get Jackson in at Peterborough at one point, wasn't he? I wonder if they might try and revisit that. But then again, maybe his stock has fallen. But I mean, at certain points in windows, he's been linked to Bournemouth, Coventry, and Huddersfield. And I think that's where it dropped off for him. He probably wanted to go to Huddersfield and play in the Championship. Yeah. And he's not really featured much since, has he? And he had that falling out with Lambert, probably over that deal. He's just fallen off the wayside.
Do you know you're probably not far off wrong there with Peterborough? It's a real sort of Peterborough move, that a player that's either on the rise or the stock's been hit a little bit. You pick him up on a free, and you make him your third or fourth striker, and you attempt to earn, back the love and plaudits.
Sometimes it's a sliding door moment, isn't it? Darren said he was on the way to London Road to sign, and we hijacked the deal. Maybe it would have been better long term for Kane to go there.
And for us, dropping the link again in the chat. Don't forget, if you do donate to Suffolk Mind as part of the Takeover Day, you are entered into a raffle to win one of these beautiful T-shirts, and they are beautiful. But we are 3 minutes to the game, so it's bold prediction times. Kate, what is your bold prediction for today's dead rubber against Fleetwood at home?
It's got 0-0 written all over it. Just sums up our season.
Not another one. Not another one. Okay, I've seen. I didn't want to see 0-0 ever again. But you're probably not far wrong. Matt, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's hard to disagree there. I think I'm going to go with a draw. I think it'll be 1-1. We haven't got goals in this team. I think it'll probably be a 1-1. I'm looking forward to, if Callum Connolly's playing, I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I would take him back, actually. Never gets injured. Played 40 games this season. Played 90 minutes in all of them. A bit of a workhorse. I think he'd fit Cook's criteria. But yeah, draw. 1-1.
1-1. Okay, before I come to you, John, just think a bit longer. We've got Cali 5-0 Town. Ashley's gone for a 0-0. Ashley, how are you feeling about the line of duty, Ash? Colin 4-2. Lee 4-3. Ashley's on 5-3. He's changed his mind. He's in the space of 30 seconds. Matt, whatever you said, whatever you did, it worked. 2-0 says Lewis, that's all, who's also a Spurs fan, it turns out. Rob 1-0. I'm going to go with 3-0. Norwood hat trick. Why not? John, how about yourself?
I'm going for 3-0. 3-0 Parrott hat trick. Why not?
Absolutely. That's the way to be. It's what bold predictions are all about.
We're realists out here. We're the realists, Kate, aren't we?
Yeah, that's boring. Yeah, boring journos, isn't it? Down the bottom, you see. Look at them both. Yeah, rather be right than bold. John, can't watch Right Out the Theatre to get the roof down. More entertained tomorrow than today. Richard's 3-1 Town, and Colin's Gob for a could be a 0-0. Right, we're back at half time. John, thank you ever so much. Kate and Matt, see you later. Don't forget, go to the link and donate some money to Suffolk Mind. It's a fantastic cause. It helps many people, myself included. But yeah, we will see you all on the other side of a pulsating third half.